Yo, it's your boy Eli.
Yo, it's Kid.
And this is the E&Kidd podcast. And today, man, we talking about Trevor Lawerence and will he have a bounce back season. But before we get into the video, you guys make sure to hit the like button, comment below, subscribe, and sharing the video. Doing all these things will just help us in the YouTube algorithm so more people are able to see the video that you guys have just enjoyed. Now, back to the video. So, Kid, today we talk about Trevor Lawerence. Now, I know Trevor Lawerence didn't have the best season last season. He had 3,600 yards, 12 touchdowns, 17 interceptions. He had some bright spots. There were some moments where he looked good, but for the most part, it was a terrible season for him. They didn't do well. But Urban Meyer was the coach, and he was a horrible coach. Nobody liked Urban Meyer. You can ask any of the coaches, probably tell you they didn't like Urban Meyer. The people on TV didn't like Urban Meyer. The people in the locker room hated Urban Meyer. He's gone. They got
people at the bar didn't like Urban Meyer.
He was always in something. He's dancing with other girls. He's married. He's always in something controversial. And honestly,
didn't he get in a motorcycle accident, cheating on his wife or something stupid like that?
I think that was somebody else.
That was Jimbo. That was somebody else.
That was a different coach. I think I can't remember his name, but I need to. I think that may have been him, but I think that was a different coach. Now he's gone. Because they didn't even talk about Trevor. They really did. I mean, talk about his play a little bit, but Urban Meyer overshadowed everything, and they didn't really talk about him. I mean, his offense failed, his defense failed. I mean, obviously the Jaguars weren't good, so we're not expecting much from him. But he didn't do great last season. Now he's gone. Dougie Pederson is out there. I think Dougie Pederson is a good, decent coach.
Doug Pederson is a Jaguars coach?
Yeah, now he was the coach of the Eagles. I think he's a pretty good coach. I think he's gonna help Trevor Lawerence and them have a better season. I think he's gonna. Some people may think, the hype's overrated. He didn't do that well last season, but this season, I think he's gotten better. He saw what he did the first season. He saw the mistakes. He hasn't done too bad so far in this preseason. I know it's preseason, but I just think for the most part, he's gonna have a better year. He's gonna flash some more of his talent, and now he's no longer under the clutches of Urban Meyer. He will finally be able to shine some. Not saying he's gonna have a Peyton Manning, a Drew Brees season, because some people just keep crazy. But I think it will be an improvement over last season, and you'll see the talent that they drafted him in quarterback, why they chose him number 1 overall.
So I'll give my opinion on this. I'm not going to sit here and act like I watched a single Trevor Lawerence game, because I didn't. I didn't watch a single Jaguars game. I kind of watched a little bit in NFL. I watched mostly the playoffs last year. So I don't have a frame of reference. I just felt like he was overhyped. To be fair, he did have that bad team with Urban Meyer. It didn't work out. And I was just maybe dreading a Tua situation, another Tua. Another, he's good, but he's not as good as we thought he was.
I mean, Tua's not over yet. I mean,
he might be. As what they thought he was going to be, he might be over. So I'm looking at the highlights now, to be fair, to be honest. I like what I'm seeing. He can throw the ball. He has a good arm. He can move with his legs if he needs to. Obviously, the line and the defense is not the greatest, because you'll see him make an amazing play, and then look at the score, and they're down by 15 points, 3 touchdowns, and it's like, okay, this is obviously not his fault. So I could have been wrong before I watched this video. I just felt like, you know what it was? I wasn't, because of Urban Meyer, like he said, you weren't, usually you have remember when Deshaun Watson first came to the league, they were ass. But everybody was like, yo, but Deshaun is so good. You saw the numbers, and everybody was saying the same thing. Bro, this is a legend, generational type talent. He's so good. So, you were like, okay, the team is bad, but he's getting the Peyton Manning, Tom Brady reception. With Trevor, Urban was such a pariah that you didn't even hear about Trevor. It was all about how bad Urban was. So I'm thinking maybe he really ain't that good. Maybe he's not all Urban. I was more siding with Urban because of Let's be real. This is the guy that trained Tebow.
Actually, his first mistake was he brought Tebow in the locker room to be a tight end. So you got guys trying to make a roster. You got this guy who's flamed out in the NFL before. You try to put him as a tight end, and it's like, bro, he never played tight end in his career. Now, if you want to put him as running back, that's fine. This isn't going to work.
Why don't Tebow just go into coaching?
Tebow's finished.
Coaching.
You don't want to coach. Tebow has so much.
Give your dream up. You had your dream. You had a chance. You didn't improve your throwing. And you didn't want to be a tight end, so you could give it up.
I didn't want to turn. It's not Tebow's dream, but Tebow fails. He has too much ego, and he doesn't want to be anything but a quarterback. I mean, he lets his ego to be a tight end, but he's just not good at it. So he flamed out, and then people in the locker room were angry because it's like, hey, bro, you're wasting a roster spot to bring him as a tight end, and you know he's no good. It was one play that he didn't even really block like that, and it was like, all right, come on, Urban. And he had to cut Tebow, and then from there it was down there. He was kicking players and spitting on them and talking to them like they're college players. Like, you ain't gonna never be nothing. You trash. Like, bro, this is the NFL.
He never, from what I'm hearing, he never had the locker room.
No.
And that's what I'm saying. All of that noise, it was so loud that I didn't even hear.
Yeah.
Because, you could be at 2-11, but people be like, you know what? We just don't have the pieces. But gosh darn it. Gosh darn it. This is our quarterback. Oh, perfect example. The guy for the Bengals.
Joe Burrow?
Yes. They were trash, and everybody was like, yo, Joe is the guy.
Trevor Lawerence didn't have a Joe Burrow season. Let's calm down.
No, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The team wasn't, even when at their worst, the team wasn't as bad as it. Because the Bengals were on their way up when he came in. They were bad, but they had a lot around them.
Jamal Chase.
Right, they were on the rise. They had a lot of potential that ended up getting them to the Super Bowl. But people were saying, yo, this is the guy.
Yeah, but he was that great. Trevor Lawerence showed bright spots, but overall, it wasn't a good season.
I still don't think he's a franchise quarterback. Like the way, I don't think he's a Russell. I don't think he's a Deshaun. I don't think he's a Burrow. So we just got to pump the. I don't think he's a Herbo. I got to see a little bit more.
Obviously, off his first season, we could say that we'll see this season. We'll see what type of quarterback he is. What type of play he is. I think he'll show more.
He can be.
I think he has the tools to be great. I think he'll show more of that this season.
Because the boy can throw. I'm looking at it. He can throw the ball.
He has talent. It's not like he was just, his whole season was just picks. He didn't make no. Some quarterbacks you just see like, all right, Nathan Peterman, 5 interceptions and a half. You just know he's not gonna be any good. You know when you see a quarterback and you never see, because sometimes you can see a quarterback struggle. But you can see them making certain plays, and you're like, okay, I can tell with some help, maybe offensive line, some wide receivers, he'll get better, So they did add some help. They added Marvin Jones. It's something to help him out because you can do everything in the world, but if you have no talent around you, it's really hard to succeed. Unless you're just Tom Brady, you're just generational talent, you're just that great. But it's like, all right, I don't need anything. And then Tom Brady, even when he first got in the league, he was
a game manager.
Yeah, he had a lot of help. He was defense, running game, Belichick. It was a lot of help for him. So he just didn't start off when the season first started for him. His first season. So, all in all, I think he's going to show why he's special this season. I could be wrong. I may be wrong.
None of this matters. I'm only going to be watching Chargers games anyway.
Man, I like to check on more than players. I'm a Giants fan, obviously, but I like to see the young talent. I like to see, we probably won't see too many games, but I look at the highlights. But for the most part, that's pretty much it for the video. If you guys like the video, make sure to hit the like button, comment below, subscribe, and you guys, like I said, you gotta share the video. Doing all these things will just help us in the algorithm.
Help us beat the algorithm.
Just help us keep pushing so everybody can see the video you just saw, and we'll appreciate it, man. And until next time, we out. Peace.